All right, so Nart out here with a first podcast called CS Out Here. I'm joined with 7 lovely guests. First is Marabella, can you did you mute your mic? Sorry. I think I hear echo.
Not me.
Okay. Well, first off, we have Marabella. She is a lovely player on is your team called Meow?
Yes.
How are you guys doing this season?
We're 3-7.
Oh no.
The comeback's coming along now.
You could. How many games are left? You can make it playoffs still?
No.
Fine.
No.
You'll get it
No,
next
we
season.
did.
Yeah. All right.
Just tank for the first round pick, and you get it. You get there.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining me today. And then next up, we have Cristiano Ronaldo of CSGO.
Alright. CR7, man.
What's up, samRi? The next big CSGO YouTuber. Thank you for joining me.
No lie, he kind of fucking.
Thank you.
Now.
And then go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I never realized like how close it was.
Yeah, you do.
I get that comment like
I know.
times a video, bro. It's like ridiculous.
And then we have the real Sagka. This is my good friend.
I'm a professional shit talker, so I'm all good.
He's the Stephen A. Smith boys and girls. And then Koi from Davenport University, coach, as well as the FACEIT FPL counselor, is it? For NA? Or what's the title called?
The FPL mentor, and I run the Gucci Academy stuff for North America.
Give me some shoes, bro.
Which we'll touch upon here in a second.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, and then SmirkyCS. He's a very good YouTuber very big YouTuber who gives me his videos as a small YouTuber. So thank you, Smirky. I mean, Robs. Thank you, Robs. Yes, and Kerrigan.
Also a special guest as well.
Sorry about. Yo. Yeah, appreciate
There he is. And then we have the ATK head coach, Spray. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. Living the life.
Thank you for joining me. And then last but least, Makzwell, who gives free sponsorships to Refrag on my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That's
I get nothing out of it.
All right, so here's the topics. We're going to talk about some recent news, go over a little bit of a major recap, game changes. Let me turn you guys up. There we go. Roster changes, and then we'll cover a little bit about IEM Dallas. So the first big news, as you guys all probably heard, is NAVI removed Boombl4. He's probably been on that roster for, 3 to 4 years now?
Close to 3 years.
Won many titles, won Stockholm.
He was there since 2019, I think.
He got removed due to what was the reasoning from
Has it officially been announced?
I know
Paying the Russian government
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah, they basically asked the Russian players to move, and yeah, he didn't want to.
Yeah, NAVI is a Ukrainian org, so they're not against having Russian players, but they don't want anybody supporting Russia. Correct?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wait, so then
Yeah.
what would he do? Was he not supposed to just pay taxes or
He was supposed to.
No.
Ukraine was supposed. Sorry, this all shit goes with the war, but he's supposed to move out of. Have the ability to move out of Russia,
okay.
like what Perfecto did, and Electronics rumored of doing right.
Okay. And he's not doing that, so
And he's not doing it. Yeah.
Also, his wife was heavily supportive of the war.
I think it was his wife that was
Publicly.
actually like the big thing, because there was some like content or something that he was involved in that she posted on some socials platform that involved him as like a
I'm
pro-Russian.
pretty sure she like drew a Russian flag on her face or something.
No, that was
on
Electronics' wife.
Instagram. Was it Electronics' wife?
Yeah.
It's always the wives, man.
Yeah, that's okay.
See, this is why you need to stick to CS. Simple.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's kind of. We all know the war is kind of
Who do you
fucking
think is going to
bad.
be replaced with though? Boombl4. I think. Well, I think.
Secondary.
Y-
think
yeah.
Chopper.
Cherry or something.
No, I don't think Yakender is a good option because
I think they need
like
IGL.
Hold on, guys. Can you
Yeah,
guys up your mics? Sorry.
More than this?
Yeah,
Nah,
output.
man, I
Is it better now?
Test.
How do I do that?
I'm trying to do it in Discord, but it's not like we're in a call, so there's no way that I can.
you can do
Yeah,
the.
you can write.
Oh, I could Discord. Yeah, I could go in Discord. Yeah, thank you. I could just go to.
People and just,
No, that's why I meant I can't. It doesn't work.
Is it better now?
I increased my output volume.
I just
Yeah,
moved my
that should
mic
be
Okay.
closer.
Okay, this should be
Should be
good. Chat, is this good? Speak, guys.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Okay. All right.
Let's go find
Alright.
the sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
No. Shut up. Not sponsored. This video's not sponsored.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Back to Boomich and Navi. I know we're talking about replacements, and you guys said Yakender. That's just rumored, right?
Yeah.
People are just saying
Yeah.
that it's not, it's not official.
I think Yakender will be like the sexy fucking option to do it, but the smart one would probably be Chopper or Jerry, or either hit their
Yeah.
academy team and get Fear. I think that'll be the better option to get the IGL.
I don't think Fear is ready.
Maybe not, but
The only reason
I
I,
think
say that is because he was
Chopper-
very weak. He was very weak in the past.
Mhm.
On Navi Academy, he was always like kind of their weak link. Or Navi Junior. But Chopper is definitely, I think, the most optimal option. Plus,
like Jerry.
I don't think. Yeah, I think Chopper is still just more proven though, and Navi has the money to just do
just
it.
wail on
Do
it.
you think Spirit would let them go though?
Yeah, I
don't-
I don't think so.
Run.
If the price is right.
Spirit's always
Yeah,
been
but-
about finding like the unknown talent. They're like the CIS version of Mouse. So
Yeah.
they'll do it. They do it.
Sprout. There you go.
I mean, if the price is right, everything will be right in sports at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter. But I don't think that Yakender is good in terms of like the role clashes with Electronic. Although I did hear like a rumor that Electronic said that him and Simple are willing to call if Yakender comes, but
Mhm.
I don't see it happening
I'd-
or working.
Didn't Electronic call at event some event? I don't remember.
I think it was when
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he
Oh.
called when
When he had
When
COVID.
Boomich was gone
when
Yeah.
Boomich
for
had
EPL.
COVID.
What's it?
Yeah, when Boomich had COVID.
Yeah.
He was calling, and I think,
Yeah, I think it was EPL.
who did Boomich get replaced by in that from the Navi Academy?
Head trick.
Hetrick, that was it. Yeah, it was that one.
I know Electronics called on Mirage before too, but I think they need like a leader. I don't think you'd take Electronic or Simple like off the just shooting role. Get a leader.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think you think Navi is gonna buy somebody then from the CIS orgs?
Most
They
likely.
should.
But if they do
First
go the
option.
Yakender route, they do have probably one of the best coaches to mold into an IGL. They can mold
True.
the shooting into an IGL.
True, Blade's really good.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
I mean,
Boomich
Electronic is
was-
still a question mark on the roster as well because it's still unknown if he's
Yeah.
going to move or not.
It's rumored he's planning on moving with his family, but it's all rumor. What do
Yeah.
we know?
So you don't really know what's happening with him as well. If he is leaving, then it makes sense to get Yakender in like an IGL, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought Navi might have gonna announce Electronic with Boomich, so I'm not sure what's going on with Electronic. Because before the major, there were rumors that he might be leaving.
Is there like a time limit on that? Like,
I mean, not really.
Not
when he has
They,
to move or
Like before a tournament, or
I mean,
Oh,
Dallas is
okay.
basically the last tournament before the player break, right? So
No, there's
that's-
also technically Cologne in July.
well, yeah, but I mean, they got time
there's
to decide. I
Blast.
think.
And
Yeah,
there's
the-
Blast.
Last is
too.
June 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Blast in Cologne. After that, that's a big player break.
Yeah, true. So I mean, I'd say like maybe they hold on to it up until the player break and then they decide, in my opinion. But now they maybe get like a sub, maybe someone that can just add in from the academy team.
and who would you say was the IGO that team, Koi? The academy team that they had?
Fear.
Sphere.
You said he was weak.
I said in the past he was weak.
Okay.
This
how
season
so?
it seems like he's doing all right. From like an individual level and like just a decision making level. He always
Okay.
seemed like he was just a little bit behind because I know like On Care was like one of their big fraggers. Monacy was obviously one of their big fraggers in the past.
Yeah.
And so like but they played really well as individuals. There was never really a true system that you could visibly see with them.
Okay.
And that's why they kind of like were hit or miss as a team, even though they had
Okay.
all of those big names.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious because I've never really seen any Navi Academy teams, or I think Navi Junior, right? So that.
Yeah, they're playing right now in WePlay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't they have a guy named Nipple? That's all I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Abby should get him.
They should pick him. Yeah, they should pick him up right now.
They
That's
should
his
get
name.
Nipple, yeah.
You just want that for the
Nipple.
signature, right? You just want that from the signature to see what he's gonna
Yeah.
do, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Should go like the
That'd be lit.
Dick Stacy route.
All right. Any last words about Boomich and Navi? You think we covered most of it?
I hope he gets a good team. Eventually.
Yeah, let's talk about where Boomich is gonna go. Actually,
I think-
what's next for him?
I think if they go Spirit, if they lose Chopper or Jerry or any other team, they're gonna
He's
swap.
probably gonna
Swap.
go there, yeah.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
He's probably gonna
I
have
mean,
like
that
quite
will
high,
make sense for
like-
him as well.
Boomich to
It's
EG.
like-
That's never gonna happen because EG just
All right. Next topic that we're gonna talk about is ESL Rio that was announced last week
Come to
for
Brazil.
the next major that's happening in the fall.
give him a round of applause. Brazil has a fucking major. Come on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
apparently
again.
ESL Rio was supposed to happen prior to Stockholm, correct? That was
Yeah, and then
In
COVID hit.
2020. In 2020.
yeah, and then it got canceled. So happy for the Brazilian community to get a major, and they sold the tickets out like a day
Like,
in a
within
day,
an
right?
hour.
Like
An
2
hour.
days,
Within
an hour was
hour.
it?
Damn.
Yeah.
Like 15K.
It's
Was it?
18.
Did
I think it
Antwerp
was,
actually?
I think it was like 18.
Did even Antwerp like fully sell actually? Because I know they were still promoting the tickets, weren't they? Like during the qualifiers or something.
Yeah, they didn't sell it that
Yeah.
fast in Antwerp.
Yeah, it's actually kind of nuts that Rio sold that fast and wanting to do it in a football stadium, right? I saw on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
Nice.
that's not gonna happen.
What is it in? It's in the. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Junesi Arena. I might be butchering that.
I'm not sure
I
what
don't
the
know what
arena's
it is.
I don't
called,
know what
but
the arena
It's
is.
pretty small though.
But
It's like
there-
18,000.
I seen
capacity.
like everyone wants that. There's I don't know the name of it. There's
Yeah.
one that holds like 75K.
They want the World Cup
Yeah,
stadium.
that's that football stadium.
Yeah.
isn't it?
What?
It's like the
Yeah,
Yeah, the
That'd
World
be
Cup
nuts.
stadium.
How big is the current one that they
Eight-
got planned?
18,000. Yeah.
you think that's gonna happen or no?
I think they
No way.
should.
Or,
I don't know if
or
it will.
ESL was
I-
like
Yeah,
I don't really know. I don't really, because it's like it's an open stadium, right? Like you do have a roof and whatever, but
mhm.
at the end of the day, it's like hot and everything in the summer. Well, I mean,
I remember there was
Well,
one
it's gonna be in the
tournament.
summer.
One tournament had a
Yeah.
player booth. I can't remember
Always
what
so.
tournament that was. Like 6 years ago, it was ran by ESL. I think there was a player booth, and it was outside.
Oh, that's why they do the player booths?
no, it's to isolate the
Sound.
The
Noise.
noise, yeah.
It's for
Oh,
noise
okay,
and
that's what I
stuff.
thought, yeah.
Mostly for Australis, but you know.
And also other like esport events, like they have done stuff outside and they have done sold out, like in Dota League. They've done stuff outside. So it would be
Mhm.
awesome to see have a CS event
Yeah.
in that World Cup stadium, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
especially
Brazilian
because they-
fans are insane. They,
Yeah,
they
especially when
they
will
just
sell
sold all
out
the
everything.
I was gonna say, especially when they just sold out all the tickets already. I don't know if it's complicated to, refund all
Yeah.
those tickets and change plans and that.
Well, didn't they already sell tickets before it got canceled? And then, like, if you kept your ticket, you still had it for this like new one, or no? Did they not end up selling
No.
I
it?
think
I
they're
didn't know
refunded.
that.
They're refunded.
Oh, they did refund it. Okay.
But I mean, Brazilian fans are insane. They will probably sell out the football stadium
Yeah.
as well.
All right, guys. Let's move on from the ESL Rio Major, and we're gonna talk next about ESIC and Peacemaker. And so what happened was during the major. After group stages?
It's a great
They
was
came
3
out
days
with
before.
with a report.
It was 3 days before the major with the bands.
So here's the tweet here. That was May 6th, and they said Peacemaker from Imperial, Holly from Team Spirit, and Zach from 9Z are banned from the PGL Major. So Imperial qualified to the Legend stage, and Peacemaker couldn't make it because he was banned. And then during that time, he outreached to Mahone, who made a video showing doing like analysis, and then ESIC reviewed the case and saw that the evidence was there, and he got unbanned. What do you guys think?
I mean, first of all, I'm pretty sure I saw something that he wasn't going to attend either way. He was going through a surgery or something.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was like the team was ready for him not to come, because if he would come, it would be like if he's feeling well after the surgery type of thing. So I'm pretty sure everybody was prepared for that. But I mean,
wasn't he banned for one round as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm playing it right now. This is
you're playing it.
Yeah, the free roam right here on X, or not, like it just came out of nowhere. But he didn't provide any information. This is the Mahone video showing that he didn't.
Wait, this is like his POV right now?
Yeah.
No, it's not his POV.
Yeah, this is his POV. Mahone, or not Mahone's. This was Peacemaker's POV during the coaching bug that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like my opinion on cheaters is very strong. I think even if you cheat like that, like during a game, like if you don't say anything, just rather disconnect, right? I don't see a way where it didn't impact the game. I mean, the video might like show himself like him innocent, but if you're stupid enough to use the bug when it happens to you, then
have you also
you deserve the consequences.
Have you also seen the video on Halley as well about his like coach bug?
Yeah, Vu made a video
as well.
Yeah, I'll pull that up here.
Seems way more
here
innocent.
it is.
Like, and it seemed like he didn't move his mouse at all.
Yeah, and the fact that Spirit still made it to Legends Series is really impressive, actually, without a coach.
That's my big thing.
Yeah.
Props to them.
How much of a difference do you think that made, not having a coach there?
It's a big difference for teams. It's like
has Halley been like Beans players before, actually, or I don't really know him, but
he doesn't. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like a coach basically gives you like a net of security.
Yeah.
Right. As like the players, someone that you can rely on, and if something goes south, like he'll take the pause and direct you into the right direction. Hopefully.
Yeah, like
having that is something that that you don't have that reassuring thing at the back of your head, like that you're gonna have a plan B or C. You kind of have to
like
prepare.
A mental reset too. You know, people are getting tilted and stuff. Like calm everyone down.
Wasn't Spirit the youngest team too? So that's like
that's
amazing they made it that far.
Flames, not. I think who is it? They have like a 27-year-old.
Probably Roy.
Roy's
right?
That's right. Yeah, Roy.
Roych.
So what do we think about ESIC?
Pounds.
I don't know.
Nice.
I have no opinion.
No.
Just, I'm not too heavily involved in it, but from what I've seen, they're just like I don't know.
Okay.
Did he actually check the demos or even? Because I think Sponge that said something about it on HLTV, didn't he? Where I don't think they get any professional analysts or whatever to look over it. They just make their own judgment. You know, which obviously isn't the best.
Yeah. I think it was unfortunate timing too. I don't know like what could have been different though, because I'm not E6, so
I can't help to think if this was like planned, you know. Let's do it right before the major.
Yeah.
They could have timed it better.
Yeah.
So these coaches, you know, can't attend the major, and you know. When did he get unbanned actually? Was it after the major?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah,
it was like recently. It was like a couple days back, I think.
Like if that came out a few months earlier, you know, he was banned and then he was unbanned.
Well, I'm sure he's very happy he's unbanned because the next major is in Brazil. So.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's enough of ESIC. Next topic we're going to talk about here is during was it the championship? Was this announced? FACEIT
Legends
collabed with Gucci. And basically, just to summarize it, is basically FACEIT and Gucci came up with this academy, Gucci Gaming Academy, which they are going to sponsor some players chosen out by, I believe, coaches. And these players will be given extra resources to help them succeed. And one of these coaches is Koi for the NA scene.
Yes.
And Koi can tell us more about this.
Yeah. Sorry for not talking recently, guys. I've had to I told them yesterday that I could get them a Prac server, but Mao's obviously decided to message me about 10 minutes before they had their scrim. Hey, we need a Prac server, so I had to deal with all that. So regarding like the Gucci stuff and like everything that's is involved with that is that it's not so a lot of people have been asking like, is it a team or like what's going on as far as the team is concerned and stuff like that. So as of right now, it is not a team in any capacity. It's like just something that we're working with like individuals on and stuff like that. So we provide a ton of different resources. So we have like mental health coaches. We have like some hardware sponsorships. We have a variety of coaching staff. Like it's like me and Neil right now, but potentially looking to expand. And so it's just a whole. It's like we're basically trying to make these players that are playing like FPLC or FPL in both of the regions as well-rounded as possible, so that they could eventually get picked up onto a team and succeed in the future.
I have one question. How long time did this take? Like, did you guys just like take a couple months? Do you know any of this stuff? Like, it took a while to get all this stuff fixed and handled.
Yeah, this has been around for a while, right? Because obviously, Gucci's a big company, and FACEIT is also not a small company either. So it takes a long time for it to get planned out. I've only been involved in the process since about February.
Was there any shot of getting LV over Gucci? Because I like Louis Vuitton way better than Gucci. Is there any shot that was prior or any other company?
No. Nope. This is a Gucci thing.
I know LV is a better company.
Don't say that.
It is.
No, we love Gucci.
We love Gucci. We love Gucci.
Hey, go on, Koi, you can tell out, bro.
LV's better.
Do you guys get like free drip?
Do you get free drip?
The players do.
Actually,
and then eventually I'll probably get some stuff as well.
You set it up. You at least get a wallet. Come on.
No, he's got
We'll see. But as of right now, it's based around. We just have European players at the moment because we were going to do some North American stuff, but they added me late into the process, so it's not fully fleshed out for NA yet. And also at the same time, the stuff that we're doing in EU wouldn't necessarily scale well to North America. So I have to be a little creative and figure out how we want to change some things or if we want to add completely new things while still scouting for players here. It's not a finished thing. So if you guys do have recommendations or something, obviously feel free to reach out to me.
So NA is still being worked on. So there's no way to there's no application process yet.
No, and that's the thing. So when it comes to like applications and stuff like that, like there aren't applications. Like you are manually scouted. You are
okay.
This is not something that you apply for. This is something that exists for players that are in the various hubs, or we actually look at things like general matchmaking stats or FACEIT matchmaking stats. Right? Yeah, it's like your FACEIT freeze and stuff like that for outliers, as well as your mythic hubs.
Okay.
So if there are players that are putting in the work and effort and like actually shining in those hubs, trust me, we do see you. And if you think that you're an outlier and you don't know why you haven't been reached out to yet, maybe you're not an outlier. So
ouch.
Damn.
Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
Koi's watching.
I get a lot of people
around with that magic card pad, just splashing on people right now. Like, goddamn.
I get reached out to by a ton of people that are, they feel very entitled to being scouted or picked up or something. But at the end of the day, like there will always be, even if you're the best player in the world, I guarantee you, there's always things that you're not perfect at, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're just a guaranteed, no matter what it is.
Especially in NA.
Me spam DMing you is not going to help me.
Definitely not. Yeah,
I'll do it anyways.
Probably won't be the best for you.
Alright, Koi, what's your PayPal, bro?
Give him some cash. Give him
Best
some
thing to do
Louis
is
Vuitton.
to spam the DM and then watch NartOutHere videos, get the smokes down, and know how to do a
good plug.
smoke.
Good plug.
Goddamn right. People don't know how to do
That's
it. Smoke on stairs. That triggers me right there.
Who have you got so far, Jay? I know you got Esperanto, right? Like on the
list of players.
So we have SB. we have Shady, we have Deagle, we have Milky, and then we're adding a 5th very soon, also European. And so I love all of them. Right now, the only players I'm working with individually are Shady and Deagle. But those guys are fantastic dudes. I love working with them.
And if you can say, what do you look for, like when you're trying to pick these outliers? Is it like...
So it's a variety of things, right? So number one, they have to be, you know, obviously in some capacity talented at the game. So usually that means mechanically talented if you're looking mostly at pug hubs, right? But there are some statistics that you can measure that do kind of, you know, lean towards team player communication or something like that. Next steps are obviously we go through a very lengthy interview process that involves a lot of, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what are the players' dreams and aspirations, right? Like, are they actually trying to push for pro? Are they really considering themselves, you know, to be a prodigy, or are they kind of players that are just doing it for fun, right? And while you're doing that, you can kind of evaluate, all right, what are your comms like? How do you work in a system? All those sort of things. Because obviously, as you move up the tiers of the hubs, in Europe at least, the play changes drastically. And so making sure that you know, the players are ready is really important. And if they're not, then we just work with them.
Let me ask you this, Koi. I see Miss Harvey is on the coaching staff. Can females be
ambassador?
Ambassador. Can females be selected to this league or academy?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. I'm actually currently, I won't give names or anything, but there is a female player that I'm currently looking at as potentially involving in the project.
Awesome.
Because, you know, talent doesn't care what sex or gender you are. So yeah, I'm all game.
It's me, guys. He's looking at me.
Definitely not Merabella.
What do you mean? I just hit level 6.
You kind of need to get more than 3 wins to be considered.
Oh my god.
Oh, we've just gone to 7 people now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other questions for Koi regarding FACEIT X Gucci Academy League or program here?
Oh, do you know what the jersey? Oh, shit, never mind. They don't have a team. I was gonna say the jersey's got like a big Gucci logo on it.
It'll just be the most drip outfit you could possibly get. You know, it'll be just pure drip.
There are some special Gucci T-shirts that I think will be coming out.
Yeah, incoming StockX for $5,000 per shirt.
Goddamn right. Actually. And then also we'll have a new FACEIT Pro League merch package as well that all of the players.
There you go. I gotta sell out.
It'll be sick. It'll be sick. I'm pretty happy with it.
Don't worry, guys. If you're not gonna get in there, you can buy the merchandise on StockX. The people will sell it, guaranteed, for the money.
All right. So thank you, Koi, for explaining more about this. And that's gonna go on to Davenport University, where you guys. So you're the head coach. If people don't know, Koi is head coach of Davenport University, a collegiate team in NA, and they recently made an announcement where they're looking to get or sponsor players, bring in players from outside the United States. Correct?
Yes, we are bringing in. We're actually already have signed, you know, a couple of international players. Will be joining us shortly.
What regions?
So as of right now, yeah, I can say one because we announced him on Wednesday. So we do have a South African that'll be joining us.
Oh yeah, represent, eh?
Yes, you know it.
Represent. You want to teach you some South African slang, Koi, before he comes?
You know, maybe not right now. later.
I mean, I'm still bad at it, but I got my boys, you know.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Tell us more. Like, how long has this been in the works? Like,
yes. So,
the reasoning.
Basically, as soon as I joined back in January, so like basically right when I left Mouse Sports, I went to Davenport. I had some other offers on the table as well with some other larger orgs, obviously, that were all very, you know, they were pretty compelling. But I decided to go with Davenport, not for like financial reasons or anything, but just because they gave me a lot of freedom when I came in, that I could basically build whatever program I wanted. So the thing that I've been wanting to kind of have in North America is something very similar to like the Danish systems that exist, right? So your tricked esports or your campus Vélez, or I butchered that pronunciation, but those kinds of programs that are based around developing players at like a tier 2, tier 3 level, like when they're kids. And so when I joined DU, they were all super enthusiastic about that. And then we decided to bring in international players soon after because, as a coach, and Spray, I'm sure you can kind of attest to this, there's really only so much that you can do when it comes to instilling like the culture in a program, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do a lot, but it ultimately does come down to the players to kind of make what they want out of the program and the scene and stuff like that. And so by adding in these international players, the goal is to not only have a competitive program, don't get me wrong, winning is cool, but also kind of instill the focus and the drive and the values that European players have, and hopefully bring that into the North American scene with the plethora of North American players that we have too.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that the way to put it is you eventually came from Europe after like 6 months, right? You've been with all sports and
Yeah, about
those
6,
things, right?
7.
Yeah. So you've kind of like understood the culture and the differences between the NA and the EU CS mentality more than not the play style. And it's definitely like something you can strive towards teaching and implementing into the team. But that's the reason why we brought some EU people as well, is to actually show them raw, like how European players think, like what's the mentality is like, and kind of just be more as an example rather than just all talks. And I'm pretty sure like that's what helped us develop more of our players, because me talking can only lead to a certain point. And same with Koi, like we can explain as much as we want, but if there's no raw example, there's so much that the people can understand from it.
Lead by example.
Yeah. What would you say are the differences? Because I mean, everyone's got like the cliches, like, oh, North America's lazy and stuff, but you've actually like you've played with like both different like regions. So like, what would you say like the specific differences between the two?
So
Mentality for sure for me. I don't know, Koi, you probably agree with that. Like the mental fortitude like that Europeans have generally, right? Like they think differently on the game. They approach problem solving way differently than North Americans, and they act more mature when needed.
How so when you say approaching it differently?
I mean, rather than in North America, from my experience, like with North American players, it becomes more of an argument rather than a discussion a lot of the times.
Okay.
And Europeans, mostly at least from my experience, know how to separate the team discussion environment into like the friend versus a friend argument. You know what I mean? That's how it feels in North America most of the time.
It's like not as hostile. Like people.
Yeah.
I can't get a grasp that like EU actually like plays like a team, ego set aside, they work together, while NA is just egotistical.
That is not necessarily true. They're definitely egotistical.
There is egos. There's egos, but like they'll set it aside and work together more and actually like problem solve compared to like NA, where they'll just quit and go to Valorant the minute it gets hard. That's how I get it. Feel like it.
That's a fairly narrow perspective, but you're not wrong about everything. I'm saying that in the nicest way possible.
Don't worry, it's fine. I don't give a shit.
So if you look at the difference between EU and NA, it's pretty simple, right? And it comes back to like the cultural side of the different regions, right? So in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe, for example, you run into this situation where Counterstrike is looked at as a sport, as a way to like actually change someone's life, right?
A livelihood. Yeah, I get it.
Yes, literally change their livelihood, because as we know, Eastern Europe is not necessarily the most, well-off region. And that's why you see a lot of the Eastern European talent just absolutely pushing themselves just time and time again, 24/7 all the time. And that changes how they focus and how they view the game, because it's no longer just a game, it's actually a way of life.
They have a better
Now-
mindset. They have the overall better mindset on the game. I feel like.
Yeah.
Even like during
Yeah.
this tournament, actually, Spirits has been crazily just grinding because they
You
just
see-
really wanted this.
Like, fun fact, but like I'm sure we all know what FPLC qualifiers are.
Mhm.
The European FPLC qualifiers are like 70% Eastern Europe, 80% Eastern, because of how many players are actually grinding to make this a reality for them. Whereas here in North America, we have a very different, view on like esports as a thing, right? It's a lot more, clout based. It's a lot more fun.
Money.
It's a lot more money. Exactly.
It's money number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so as a result, I'm not going to necessarily say that, Americans or North Americans are, lazy, but we are entitled because we do have everything way easier.
Americans are the most entitled people here compared to Europeans.
Yeah, they are.
They want the paycheck. They think they're good. They want the paycheck. And if they can't grind it down in CS or any game they want, they go to the next best thing. Like right now, it's Valorant.
Okay, I have something to say about that. I don't know about that because, okay, when you think about it, there are people who are playing CS to pay their bills, and when it's no longer paying their bills, they have to move to the next thing, and that is Valorant. I think thinking that, like, oh, they're moving over to Valorant because there's nothing for CS is a very, I just think that's just completely wrong because people need to pay their bills,
Bills aside, that stuff is different. Like, if a young guy in Valorant gets good, and he works it out, that's congrats to him. But I'm mostly shit talking right now the pro players that quit on CS, went to Valorant, failed, and came back. That's the ones I'm more grinding on.
I don't know. I really don't have any ill will at all, or I don't even really care about the people that went to Valorant, right? Because the only issue that with the Valorant thing that happened is that we lost a lot of our scene veterans, right?
We lost a tier, and we also lost a tier 2, the whole tier 2 region.
You can make new tier 2 players, who cares? It's the veterans that matter. It's the veterans that matter because we no longer have a strong FPL system. We no longer have a strong understanding of experienced IGLs. All of those kind of things are a big deal, here in North America where we already had a finite amount of people. Like, we don't have Steel anymore. We don't have Dazed anymore. We don't have like those guys that were the previous teachers.
But I think in terms of like North America, from what like let's say Dap said, like in his tweet, I think that other than let's take Party Astronauts and Carpe Diem aside, other than those two teams, a lot of those teams are trying to like come up with those experts and those veterans that you're saying quite are coming back sometimes, and some of the players that have been on the come up or on the top and trying to make a new team, that team is being made to earn money and not to win tournaments. And that's the flawed, like, that's basically the flawed thinking of teams in North America right now. The teams are trying to be made for that.
The flawed thinking of teams is that if you don't go, like, and automatically, like, make, let's say you're in advanced and you don't make, ECL, I mean, they just disband.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be amazing after playing only one season together.
Yeah,
I think it's so dumb how people leave after playing one season.
I mean, you set yourself goals,
and
if you don't, like, get to the goal, they basically just say, fuck it, we're just gonna stop doing that. Like, you've done, in a sense, they've done good progress, right? But then, just because they didn't reach their goal at this time, they just disband. They say, like, we're not gonna continue.
Let's hear makzwell's perspective since he's been in advance for a couple seasons.
Oh my God.
No, I didn't mean I put you on the spot like that. But I would just say you've experienced the situation is what I'm trying to say.
We're the good side of it. We've been together for like 7 seasons, so I think NA.
Oh,
is
not
way
with
more
not with like the same roster though.
Not with Jaba.
No, but like we don't cut people. Like people step down for like personal reasons and stuff like that. I think NA is way too short term. Like that's a very general statement, but I think people have already said it. It's
if they don't win now,
instant gratification.
Yeah.
They put way too much into results instead of like what you gain from chem and outside of stuff.
Well, how long has your team been? You've said you've been team for how many seasons together?
So now it's been
the core. I say more the core.
7 seasons.
Wow. That's really long
Yeah.
for
That
NA.
the grind man right there. I get kudos to you.
Yeah, props to you.
Wait, you guys have been in ECL though, right?
Yeah, last season.
Yeah, I remember you guys. Yeah, we played you guys. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
The kudos to you for sticking together and actually grinding that out.
that's the goal.
Sag for one tap.
All right, so we're gonna wrap that up with Davenport University, and then we're gonna move on here to the major recap. So we're not gonna talk about like all of like the major, so we'll just start off with the finals, or not the finals, but let's just talk about. Did everyone here do the pick'ems, like the coins?
No.
Oh, I don't.
Who got diamond? Who got diamond here?
I got
Dude,
diamond.
I would have. I put FaZe in as
Uh-huh.
my
Wait.
champ.
Oh,
as
you
my
got diamond?
winner.
Yes, I did.
No.
Anyway,
Holy-
I put FaZe in, and then my stream was like, you're gonna
Oh,
get your diamond coin, so I changed
no.
to Navi, and then
Pressure.
FaZe fucking won.
You gotta
I
believe
was
in your
so
heart.
fucking
Oh, your
pissed.
chat.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
I got fucked with the legend stage, picking the 5 teams.
Yeah, me too.
Vitality, G2, shit the fucking bed.
I literally got
Who
everything.
did you put 3-0 as your on
Oh,
legend?
I do the safe bottom and go gamble 3-0 pick. I do that.
Yeah, I do that as well. Who did I think I picked Copenhagen Flames actually.
That's a good pick.
Oscar or something.
That's what I did too. And I don't know why I did it. I had B&E I had Liquid 03, sad,
Uh-huh.
but
Oh, wow.
I bet Imperial, so I fucked it up.
All right, so Koi, you got it. Smirky, and
I got it, yeah.
that was
Did
it.
you get it not?
No, I got gold.
I got
Unlucky.
gold as well.
Gold coiners,
No,
maybe.
I
No,
also
we
got
good.
gold.
We good. We good.
This-
I got like
this-
fucking
trust.
bronze or some
This is
shit,
a rock.
dude.
Yeah.
This is a Rob's
Yeah.
moment.
All right. So let's talk about the final. FaZe versus NAVI, where FaZe 2-0 NAVI. First map was Inferno, picked by FaZe, and then the second map
banger.
was Nuke,
It was
picked
great.
by NAVI.
Oh,
First
yeah.
map went
like-
7-1, was it, or 7-2?
Yeah, it
Like,
was
in the
dominant,
beginning?
really.
It
It
was
was like
Yeah.
7-1. It was 7-1, and then
And then NAVI clawed back
FaZe.
to
That was a
8-7,
banger.
was it?
Yeah, it was 8-7.
Yeah. And then
Wasn't that-
Yeah.
Was that the same game as well? Same game as well, where Robson twisted that insane 2v5. On
Yeah,
the
it
T
is.
side.
It is.
That game, honestly, that one was so good.
it went 15-13 for NAVI, but they couldn't close it out, and then went to overtime. But that clutch, that possible potential clutch at round 30 by Simple, he almost pulled
Yeah,
that
was
off.
it-
What was it?
was it
1v3?
With Robs, yeah.
1v3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlucky that he went back towards A, thinking Robs would go B.
Game
That
one
shit's
was
nerve-wracking.
Game 1 was a fucking banger. Game 2 though was kind of sad.
Did
But I
you
mean-
do Robs?
Rain was just all over the place. Like
Yeah, he could do no wrong.
I mean, considering Navi knew that the whole Booming situation is like happening in
Mhm.
electronic and whatever, and the uncertainty, like them getting into the final is already like a big thing in my
Yeah.
books.
And also,
I picked Navi to win it because I thought they're gonna have that fuck it attitude and they say we're gonna prove everyone wrong, and they proved me wrong like a gold coin.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a good run by them,
Oh,
like
yeah.
considering all things considered. I think that the final was close, at least for the first map. Like it was really close. They showed competitiveness. I think the
Yeah.
second map they just
They did.
collapsed as a team.
Yeah.
Overall, they did really good though. They went
Yeah.
3-0 in Legends. They
They
did
destroyed
drop
Dance.
in-
They destroyed
Who,
Dance in
are
the
you
semis.
talking about Navi?
Yeah, did-
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
Yeah,
Navi
okay,
in
okay, yeah.
general,
Did they,
played
how many
great.
matches did they drop in playoffs? Was it
One
only-
against Heroic.
Well,
Against
well,
Heroic.
well, three,
Heroic.
'cause FaZe and
Yeah,
Heroic.
FaZe.
Well, yeah.
Think,
That's
you
still
think they
really
would've
good.
won if there was no war?
Yeah,
I
possibly.
think they would have.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there are too
Honest-
many internal problems in
Yeah,
the team right now.
definitely.
But honestly, I
Definitely.
think like Hagen fully deserved this, man.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
sure.
Kerrigan and
Sys-
Rain.
This team is honestly nuts.
I watched, I watched all the demos, and FaZe were one up every team I watched. Like
They,
They had,
clinic.
they had so many like strategies, tactics, utility. Like they're very
Protocols for
innovative.
everything.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just it was
Do you
nuts.
think-
They
do you
deserve
think-
it.
Do you think any team could have beat them this major?
Yeah, I
Which
don't
one?
think that FaZe played to their full potential. That's like it was something that Pim said, and I agree with him.
Mhm.
I think that they made a lot of individual mistakes, and not really like counting on the team more on themselves as individuals. So going into the future, like playing a bit more as a team and getting that synergy up and like narrowing down those mistakes, then that could be deadly. But right now, any team could have beat. Like if Navi would have beat them first map, you never know what would have happened on the second map, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a coin toss at this point. In my opinion, they're still not to their full potential right now, but when they will be, it will be scary.
They have a problem.
I
Like,
mean, even
everyone
right
tries
now,
to make hero plays on the team at some point. They just have to like play more as a team. Yeah.
I was gonna say though, even though right now they're still really scary. Like if one of the players is like, okay, Rops, Twist, or Brock here in a clutch, there's a high chance they could actually win that because all three of their players are pretty known, for clutching. So it's just, I'm just in love with this team. Honestly, I'm just a dirty FaZe fan.
Yeah, well, there.
Yeah, I mean that team is really good. I just think that in the major it was a coin toss most of the matches.
Yeah.
They played.
Yeah, it wasn't like the last major with Navi that it was just like not a surprise at all.
You were gonna get that diamond coin no matter what with Navi last major.
It was a bit shaky in Legends, wasn't it? Who did they lose to? Was it Spirit?
Who, FaZe?
Yeah,
No, they didn't lose any. They lost one map to Nip.
Wait, they lost one.
Was it Nip?
They lost Mirage. They lost Mirage to Nip.
All right, I'm gonna pop a question really fast. If Device was on Nip this major, do you think they had a shot of winning?
No.
No.
I mean, if they practicing beforehand, a couple matches beforehand.
Yes.
Let's say going in,
maybe.
Let's say April, he's in there, went to RMR, played it all out. You think they had a shot?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be really short-sighted to not think that the current rifler core of NIP is like already like top of the world. Honestly.
Yeah.
And if you were to actually add in a synergy where they had an opper that was consistently able to pressure the best of the best, I think that would have been just
they could have won
a true wombo combo that actually could have done some big damage.
No discredit to Aztec, he did pretty freaking good this major. Stepping
really
up in the upper row.
He's not an opper. Like
we're stepping up for the upper row. He did pretty good.
He played pretty good.
Ceiling, though. Like I think they need like an impact opper because they have all the riflers they need.
Yeah, they need that opper.
Yeah. Aztec's strength has always been like playing like shit spots and stuff like that, and like being like kind of like the supportive player of sorts.
The rat, yeah.
Yeah,
The
and so like
thing is the language barrier
different.
though in NIP right now. I don't know if you
But
heard about it.
Hampus said it was really good. His Swedish.
Yeah, but it's good, but it's still sometimes hard for him to think like in the moment. And
Sure.
What's the mix? Like, what's the languages?
He's Danish, but
Danish,
he
okay.
speaks Swedish, but it's not like as perfect. Like he still thinks in Danish, and it takes time to process information. And I mean, from what I heard, at least, like the comms are good, but in some scenarios, it's just like
when you're in that one-on-one situation where guys he sees it, he might mess up the translation.
They're very similar languages, like fundamentally. So I'm not actually that concerned about it for the most part.
That's what I heard. I heard from an inside source.
Gotcha. I just know that Swedish is like basically just an easier version of Danish. So maybe the inverse is tougher.
I mean, Finnish, like all those languages.
All the Scandinavian languages are very
they're
close.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
But it's still
I'm
like
sure it'll be
minor
better with
differences.
All right. Is FaZe gonna win the next major? Is there gonna be a FaZe era?
The next major.
Hopefully, bro. That'd be
Next
sick.
major.
FaZe up.
I think right now FaZe will win a couple more tournaments, but we gotta see what G2's gonna do. We gotta see what Nip's gonna do. The Astralis, Navi, what the Rush team is gonna happen.
I think ATK wins the next major for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
dude.
I'm gonna
okay.
Don't
lose in best of ones in the RMRs, maybe.
If you give me that diamond coin, I want.
Ouch.
Yeah, dude, don't worry. I'm gonna get the wall goggles, and just bring it to the stage.
Respect that.
Just see where Spirit's gonna be born
We forgot Ents too. Ents as well. Ents are really good too. I forgot about Ents.
All right. For time constraints, we're not going to talk about like biggest winners and losers of the event, but I want you guys to give me the overall rating of the major. How did you like the major?
Oh, 10.
Technically, it was bad.
I think the production was like a solid 4, like 4 out of 10.
That's PGL.
That's good for PGL.
Yeah.
It was honestly awful. Like the first playoffs match, it went down the stream. Like
yeah,
that's bad.
I mean,
overall,
Krakow.
the games are great though.
Yeah, the
The games are great, and the crowd.
The crowds
Yeah,
were
the
fucking
atmosphere.
amazing.
Oh yeah, the Hornets was nuts.
The environment, the crowd, that was a 12 out of 10 right there. That's great.
Honestly, the only
Put
other
100 out of 10.
Oh, yeah,
the only like louder crowds I could name apart from them would maybe be like the Australians. I honestly can't think. Well, I haven't seen like Brazilians yet, but I'm sure they'll
The one Brazil event with was like SK and Cloud9 back in like EPL, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty hyped for Rio.
All right, so let's talk about game changes. What do you guys?
Nerf the A1S.
What do you guys have suggestions or recommendations? Like map changes, gun changes, buffs, nerfs.
I think we all agree for the gun changes. The M1 A1S needs to get a little nerfed.
Yes.
What would you do to it?
I would
cost of the A4.
Raise the price.
I would lower the price for the A4.
Should they switch? Should they switch prices?
No, just keep the same price. If you keep the A4,
I could see switch prices.
I can see switching prices.
If that happens, what do you think will happen?
I mean, people may still pick the A1 because remember when the Decree was nerfed with the price. Like people were still buying it when it was like 3K.
It's still good for spamming and stuff. So there's uses for both, but you need to give more appeal for A4. Yeah.
That's for the guns. For
when you have a gun that has better recoil.
Yeah, it's a laser beam.
It's a laser, no traces, and does more damage. And is less than the A4 variant.
It needs to be a little nerfed.
Just a little bit.
Is there even any reason to buy the A4?
No.
There's like a scenario where you're holding a sight. That's about it.
No. Also, you see really high accuracy players using the A4 because you can have a faster time to kill with the double dink.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Does Bit use it?
Bit uses it
in the major final. He switched.
He switched to what?
Yeah, but that was due to the maps. That was due to the
maps. Oh, okay.
I think Bit, Masuta,
and drop.
Yes, Masuta should definitely change.
And then what about maps?
Ban Dust 2.
Get rid of Dust 2?
Get rid of Dust 2 for sure.
Get some new maps in there. That'd be sick.
Bring like old Cobble, but it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, bring the old Cobble back.
I don't like Cobble.
Actually, has anyone played the new Tuscan?
No,
I
played the 1.61.
It's okay.
Wait, who's the creator of Tuscan? Is it Valve or is it outside guys?
It's like
it's not Valve.
Yeah, see, I don't think Valve's ever gonna bring back outside guys for that map.
I think they have to.
I'd still like the ancient site slightly reworked.
Ancient is a little tweak.
Not allowed to be.
I love ancient.
I love ancient.
It's so CT-sided though. It's awful.
I just want like one more box on A.
Yeah, it's hard to plan on A.
Safe. Yeah, so you can plan safe.
It's like
I think just less spammable things on ancient.
Just one more box on A. That is the only change in the entire map I would make.
With what map you guys is going? Because it's map change is probably going to happen soon. Where things gonna go?
If I'm honest, it might be Overpass because when's the last time that was changed?
I don't think they'll change Overpass because the way the meta is just constantly evolving on it still.
Oh yeah,
like it's not a stale map, and like even the CSGO account is like reference that.
I think it's gonna be Overpass or Mirage.
Remember the last map they changed?
I wish for it to be Mirage.
They removed Train purely because it was the least played, wasn't it? So I could see that.
I think
was it the least played of the competitive map pool? Or was it?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't really know. I think we should look at it like in the way of like, what did they remodel? Right? They removed Cache because they didn't touch it for a while. They removed Cobble because it was there for ages. Right? They didn't touch it. So that the map, I think Overpass is the same for the past 7 years. 6 years now.
Similar with Mirage, except they added the boost in the middle.
It'll be one of Mirage or Overpass, in my opinion.
I think Mirage just needs to visually upgraded. It needs to be visually.
Yeah, they added the the bench and mid for Bubsky.
I think Dust 2 is also in contention as well.
Yeah,
a lot of Dust 2's elements have made it. Dust 2 absolutely sucks to play and especially to coach because it is just so meaningless. Like everything's just spawn based. Right? Like there's nothing you can actually truly innovate on that map. But the thing is that objectively speaking, Dust 2, because it is so spawn-based and because it is so iconic and because it is set, it is such a great spectator map, right?
Yeah,
like every Dust 2 game, there's always action. The observers know where to catch it. It's always fun in some capacity. There's always highlight plays. So
That's
like
true.
from a viewership perspective and from a brand perspective, I don't think it'll be Dust 2. From a gameplay perspective, I think Dust 2 is by far the least tactically diverse and the least enjoyable to actually play out of the maps.
Yeah, I mean it's all, as you said, it's all spawns. You have the long spawn, you take long. You have the B spawn, you go B.
I think
Yeah,
if they're
like,
in
that's it.
train, my honest opinion, I think they'll be working on train and they're gonna bring it in.
I like train.
I'd be okay for train to come back.
If they fix it,
I don't think train's good just for like competitive maps.
Train with the A1S in pro play is going to be awful.
I'm just timing down all off for that crap.
I think they need to add new maps. I think it'd be nice if they added like reworked maps, but I think they need to keep the game fresh and just keep doing ancient things. I know people don't like that at first, but I think it's like what needs to happen. Or else you just get the Dust 2 syndrome where it's like they reskin it and it doesn't feel like a new map. And then people are arguing to change it again. Need a fresh air.
Yeah, I'm super down with just a completely fresh map, honestly.
Canals? The guy brought up Canals in the Twitch chat.
Nah, I don't think so.
Cianos? Cianos? You don't like
Maybe
Cianos?
not that map.
What was that?
Canals.
Cianos is the proper
Alright.
term. It's really painful to play.
Besides maps and the M4A1S, any other changes?
Optimize the game better.
I was
Buff
the Bison.
No.
Buff the Bison.
No.
Buff the mag.
Don't even touch the Deagle. The
Buff the
two-shot
Bison.
meta.
Trust, dude. Imagine just running around with the Bison like a P90, just shooting everyone.
Hey, Art does that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Art.
Yeah.
This
Just
might be
buff
a
it.
hot take, but maybe touch the Tech 9. I think that pistol could be a little OP sometimes, but at the same time, it's pretty random.
I was gonna say as well. What about reducing the amount of bullets inside of the AWP's mags?
Ooh, what about buff the R8? The R8's pretty good. I don't know, man.
This is why you're
I've been using it, bro. I've been using it.
This is why you're level 4.
I am level 6,
She was-
bro.
Oh,
wow, you went to
Actually
level 6?
She was watching the show match. She was like, "Damn, this RA is pretty good."
No, actually,
This Esitai guy really knows how to use it.
No, I trained Nico Doss to use the R8, so.
Oh, great.
We gotta get him. We gotta get him on the next podcast.
All right, moving forward from game changes, we're gonna go into roster changes. So,
fun topic.
The ones that is confirmed is OG. They benched Nico and Valde and brought in Neofrag from Sinisters and Fiku from Ago? One of the Polish teams.
It was Ago, yeah.
Okay. I don't know too much about these two players. What are your thoughts?
Like this move.
You do?
I really like Neofrag. I think he was like carrying his team for a while. I think he's a good Valde replacement. I don't know if I like minus Valde because I think he was one of their better players, but I think
that's the thing.
Maybe because he wanted to leave. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Fiko's a good replacement though.
I don't like it because again, world clashes. Like Neofrag is playing exactly what Flames he's playing, right? But at the same time, I don't see why they've made those certain changes. And those are two great players. Don't get me wrong, but they just signed an academy team, who's like has a 20-year-old average like age basically, and this team is like what by like a year older than the academy team. Then what's the point of making an academy team if you basically have the same amount of like age gap on your main team?
I could see that.
Well, I think right now they have like a lot of talent, but they don't have that much like leadership or, how do I say?
I think
experienced players. Right before they used to have like a lot of experienced players like in NBK and all those guys.
I still think G2 and OG would be better than they are right now if Nexa and Alexi B stayed. That might be a hot take, but I think Alexi B could lead like a team of youngsters way better than Nexa. I think Nexa can handle like the loose playstyle of G2 better than Alexi can.
Yeah.
But to me, like specifically, I don't understand why OG did this because you're basically developing two teams right now, and it's not beneficial to you as an org because if your main team does bad or a player does bad, then you can bump someone. But here it's like you basically have two teams under the same development.
Yeah.
I mean, Koi can maybe give some insight on that because he's developing a lot of young players, but it's basically like the same thing right now. That's how it feels for me.
Yeah, I think so. A small bird has told me that Valdi benched himself.
Yeah,
I think he's going somewhere else.
Astralis, you think he's going to Astralis?
I think he should go to Liquid.
Astralis would be the best place for
He's
him.
going somewhere else.
yeah, I heard that as well.
And now, so, but what we are now looking at when it comes to the Fiku and Neofrag move is, so one thing that OG has been pretty adamant about is just their general like scouting policies, right? That's why they had an extremely extensive, my God, extensive
Really
scouting
extensive.
process for their OG Academy system that they built. And I'm pretty sure that the Fiku and Neofrag moves are an extension of that. Not necessarily that they were part of the Academy, like into the Academy stuff, but they just obviously popped up as well on the radar for that reason. And when it comes to like the development side of things, I think that this is where OG has realized this exact change that they don't actually have the resources to compete with the top of tier 1, right? So they're not going to be able to compete with the G2s or the Navis or the Heroics or like the really, really big orgs that have already made a massive impact on the scene. And so as a result, we're seeing them transition more into this like quote unquote like feeder team system that like Mouse is in, for example, right? You find the talents, you bring them up, you see how they do in the tier 1 events and stuff like that. And then eventually they get bought out or they leave or whatever the case may be. But OG is then like just part of the brand for that player forever. I think that's their strategy. I think that's why they've chosen to go with some younger, less proven players, in addition to just keeps costs low, right?
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you Neofrag and Fiku are not the most expensive players in the world. And as a result, you're going to be able to get some good performance out of them. You're going to be able to hopefully build a system around them and then sell them off in a year or two once they, drop 40 kills in a match versus Navi. And we'll see where it goes from there, right? Like it's just a smarter business decision as we kind of age into this like era of like high paying teams again.
Yeah.
But the question is, a brand like OG, right? OG is a big brand. It's a big org and a lot of
Big org.
like Dota and stuff like that. Is it actually necessary to make that like as a okay, we're gonna develop players in our main roster and sell them, or are we actually want to be in contention to number 1?
Well, I think OG's been underperforming for a while, and I don't think that's like debatable. So I don't think this is an insta fix. So
it's more than just money too that it takes to like build that program. Like OG doesn't have like a crap ton of staff. They don't have a ton of like just brand potential outside of Dota. Like Dota, completely separate story, right? Dota is like insane.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
they do have
on
a
the
lot of
CS
coaching
side
stuff
of
in
things,
CS.
they have some coaches, right? But it's not as extensive as G2. They don't have the resources.
Definitely.
Like when we're just like comparing just like org to org, OG just doesn't have as much to go by. And they realize that. And I'm sure that if they do have success, they will invest more. But it's just like a smart business decision, right? It's like complexity.
It's very safe.
Exactly.
To an extent, yeah. I can agree with that.
And the players aren't bad. Like the players will perform. So hopefully it works out.
I'm gonna cut you off.
I just think they should have went into like either younger players in their academy team or older players and like more experienced players in their main roster. Like that's my opinion. If you pick up like someone, just rather do that so you can bump someone later on.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta cut you guys off because we have a lot more teams to talk about. And next team we can talk about is VP, who removed Buster and Yakinder and well, it's not confirmed about who they're adding, but rumored Fame and Norbert. Thoughts on that?
I'm not sure on them.
Be worse. I mean, that's it. That they're gonna be into like a developing stage as a team because they get 2 young guns right now, so it's gonna be.
They're gonna develop.
They're gonna need
those
time.
guys, yeah. And Kinder probably wanted to leave to go build his brand, go to a bigger team. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Anybody know who these players are? Fame and Norbert?
Is it Norbert from K23?
They're both from K23.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
They're good players. They're definitely good players. I've had in a couple of encounters with them, but I mean, I don't think that they're tier 1 level as of yet.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how they fit in a
that
Jame
system. That Jame system, they can fit into it.
Oh yeah, Jame could fill them in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like if you think about it objectively, dude, like Kindar and Buster were like the actual firepower on it.
Yeah.
Not like the actual but like they were the different like they made
was
the
the anchor.
difference.
They were like the pillars, yeah.
Yeah, they were like the core of that like team's like performances felt in a lot of ways. Because let's be real, James not going to be like the flashiest player. He's not going to be the X factor. Who was it? Flit, right?
Flit's good.
Flit's good. Flit's
Yeah,
good. Flit's definitely, I think, going to be the best player, like from a rifle perspective on that team so far.
I mean, Kicker's good.
Yeah, Kicker's good too. But like again, I just feel as though Buster and Yakindar were just like more of that team's play style.
I would say though, if it's the one team to go to get those young prospects and build it, it is the outsider / VP, whatever you want to call them. That's the team because Gene will build them. He will build into that system. That system
I don't know.
is
Chopper's better.
Chopper's good too.
You cannot give credit to the James time, man.
James
he will save that off for 5 rounds, and he'll win you that 16-14 game at the end.
I think that they will just need time. I think those two players are really good. I think K23 also made some waves in like the tier 3 scene, so individually specifically, but they'll need like a couple of good months to actually show some signs of promising.
It'll take a long time.
So what's next for you, Kinder?
There's so many options for him, isn't there? There's so many options.
NAVI, G2.
Yeah.
I had a little bird tell me something about G2.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us.
No, I'm not gonna.
Well, you brought it up.
We're the baby
birds. The bird just said that he would rather look at NAVI or G2, and he's leaning more towards G2.
All right.
Yeah, he's gonna be replacing Monacy in the AWP.
Yeah, he's gonna replace Monacy, and Monacy's gonna go coach.
I don't know.
Since we're on the topic of G2, you think they're making moves then? If they can get Yakinder, who are they replacing?
I definitely think that if they can get the Yakinder, they should. I think that their results have been shaky with the star lineup that they have. I think
who they replace.
It's actually interesting. I don't know if you should. I don't think you can replace Jax.
I don't think you should.
That's
either.
the thing.
That's what everyone says.
Does he play he plays like a lot of anchor positions, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's the bait for the other 3.
He's also the guy that brings up the team. He's like the meme of the team, right? So he brings up the mood and everybody's happy around him.
I have a hot take on this.
Yeah, but I think honestly, minus Alexi get Nico back to the IGL.
Oh, so
okay.
We're gonna go back to the Nico IGL rules.
Stop.
I think so. I think that will be better. Nico and the Hunter mid round.
I have a hot take. I think minus Nico.
Oh.
I just think. No. I think Hunter is a way better teammate, and he is like way more impactful, like round by round. I think Jax is necessary. You need
that bitch player.
Yeah. And I think Nico, he just has a huge ego, and he will play for himself more than he plays for the team. And I think that's why Alexi's system is not working, because everyone has to be on board.
Wasn't last time, or during like Stockholm, he was actually more playing for himself. Like he was, making his own decisions, and
he was playing the star role. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, with Alexi, he's more like in the system, isn't he? Doing what he's saying.
Yeah.
If I'm right, yeah. So I think maybe free up Nico a little bit, let him do what he wants, but
Nico and Hunter just re-signed, so I don't think that's gonna be you're just saying okay, gotcha. But I would think if they're getting a Kinder, they're gonna most likely replace Jax.
I think so too. I think an IGL would,
even though Jax should be on the team.
It would be a hard loss.
But I think that they should definitely poach Yakinder. That's my opinion. I think that 100% they should.
Do you give this roster more time, or do you get Yakinder?
Oh, you gotta do a change.
I'd say because you have so many good. You have so many good players on that team.
Do you know the length of time they've played together so far? I don't know.
I can find out real quick.
Since the last major, not
like January,
after
December around there.
Oh no, since the start of the year, wasn't it? Because that's when all the new games were coming out, wasn't it? Yeah, 5 months have been together.
I think they need more time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think just based off the history, they've just fine.
Hey, my
Like,
Ocelot spends the cash. He will splash the cash to get something. He wants to win that major.
Yeah.
Minus 600.
All right. Moving on to Liquid, who minus Shax. Apparently, was it Shax who wanted to leave?
He
JKS.
stepped down, yeah.
JKS. JKS.
Yo,
And-
Lucid,
Should
do you
get
want to give us
JKS.
any? Lucid's in
Should
the chat right
definitely get
now. You want to give
JKS.
us any insights?
Who do you think?
Lucid's in
Who
the
do you
chat.
think
Yeah,
Liquid
Lucid's
will
in the chat.
replace Shax with?
JKS.
JKS.
He probably would be the best bet, because do you want to make Jacobs is anchor, isn't it, on CT side, right?
I know on
Yeah.
Mirage he plays
Or
anchor.
like a solo player, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they wanted to put a
Yeah,
Shox
he
into,
is.
where-
He is an anchor.
Yeah, and Shox was more like a rotator, but he was forcing him to like pit on Inferno or I can't remember where, but
Well,
What about Valde?
Shax was playing anchor, I believe.
yeah, he was, and
Yeah.
usually he's a rotator.
What about Valde? I don't think that would be horrible.
He would also be good.
I still agree, Jake. I like JKS. I
Or
don't think Shox is
does
ever the move.
Or is there gonna be like a whole NA
Oh, no, the whole NA
shuffle with EG and Cole too, or what do you think is gonna happen there?
I don't think
I
anyone. I
I
don't
don't-
think
I
anyone
don't-
wants anything with from an EG. If I'm
I think
honest.
Rush would be the only one, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's like a make or break player.
Cole has to change Junior though.
Oh god! After
I
that
think-
major performance,
I
They
think
have to. They have to.
I don't think he fits into JT's system.
It's not that. This is my take on it. I think that he's a really talented opper, but
Hmm.
against top tier competition, he's not performing as well as he does against North American competition.
Do you have any of like other suggestions other than Junior Complex actually?
Actually, if they want to get like a European player,
All right.
maybe
Bowden.
maybe Jacanio. Bowden, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Jacanio. He's
Where is he right
Press-
now? Actually,
I
Coles?
actually don't know.
Colas? Is that how you pronounce the team?
I don't think it's an org.
Giacchino. Let's have a look.
no, I would not do Giacchino.
Well, what is he on? Polish. Yeah. What's he?
I feel like
He's on-
Giacchino is
he's on
just like
team
the
with Amy,
Swedish
Robin.
junior.
Yeah, that's literally it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
A little
know.
bit of a shaker.
I think like on Fnatic he didn't op. He rifled, which is not his strength. And as an opper, he has some pretty good stats.
He opted. It's not a
No,
very
he
good
opted. I've JW moved to rifling to
Yeah.
like Giacchino. And that roster just kind of fell apart. I think at Flashpoint. I can't remember which season, but or was it after? I can't remember.
Anyways, regarding the Liquid stuff, I
Mhm.
want to go back to Liquid real quick.
Okay.
I actually do think Yukindar would be a really, really good option. But Rush is also a really good option. And I know those are two very different roles, but I think the reason why that either one works is because right now, Elige is playing way more aggressive and like space taking and everything right now. And if Yukindar was there to do that, I think Elige becomes the glue man again. Right? Like he starts to like
Yeah.
hold the team together and like fill in the gaps. Whereas if Rush came in, then Rush would kind of do that more.
is there any shot Liquid has a rich aura, just splashes the cash, gets two big guys. They replace two guys. Just splash the cash, go and try and push this thing because Liquid, I think in this core, they're still gonna be in the same spot, even if they get like a JKS or Yukinder. I think they gotta splash the cash.
No,
I think that is flush the cash.
no.
You do
I
something
don't
more.
think they
Well,
get two. No,
I don't think you need
everyone's
to.
good.
Yeah.
I think everyone is good. Literally everyone knows their
Nitro's been
role
improving.
excellently.
Uh,
OC
Nitro's been
Naf has
improving
been
as
doing
an
very good.
as well.
Yeah.
OC has been everything they want. Naf has been everything they want.
Yeah.
Elige has been very mediocre, but that's because he's playing a weird role because he has to fill for like Shox's stuff. And then Nitro has always been a weak fragger and stuff like that, but like
He's
the
the
system
ideal.
has
Give him
been
credit.
better.
I
Yeah,
would
the
say-
system
He's
has been
adapting
better.
to the meta very fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like
interesting.
and Nitro's like putting in the effort to actually like get
Yeah,
better. And,
he-
like, he has a fucking family, right? Like
He popped off in some of the matches.
So we calling him Vin Diesel, the family man now?
I see Lucid in the chat talking about Elige having a 1.2, but at the same time, Lucid, Elige was also sort of missing an important series because he was getting absolutely punished for aggression on like Ancient of all maps.
So you think like the best fit JKS? Everyone kind of agrees with that.
I think
Yikinder would.
Yeah.
I
Yikinder.
think Yikinder's better. Yikinder's better.
GTS or Yikinder. I think you got.
I think they're two very different players, and you can't make the comparison.
Yeah.
I think Yikinder is objectively just better.
I mean, what do they need in Liquid? They need like an anchor and a lurker, right? That's the roles that Sharks was trying to play, wasn't it?
But you could also have Neff kind of fill those.
Yeah.
Yes, they
So
could
like
put
they
him
can
back
go
into
any
that.
direction. Yeah.
They could literally
yeah.
go any direction because
So-
both Elige and Naf can play very different roles than what they're playing now.
And very well at that. So
All right, I'm gonna go back. I want to go to the shit show that is EG. How would you fix that?
Oh, no.
Team? That's a shit show.
minus Cirque.
Oh
Minus
gosh.
two.
Cirque needs to go back.
Minus 2.
Who
Minus 2 for sure.
who are you building around? Who are you keeping?
Filling around Rush.
I'd keep Tim automatic and
Mhm.
Has Automatic actually been good?
He's actually
as good.
Yeah,
as
he's played pretty
yeah.
decent for coming back from Valorant. Yeah.
He's on a 1.03. That's actually pretty decent.
I just don't think Breezy has been living up to star player like that they've been building around.
I just
So-
think that Stewie can't be an IGL. He can't be a leader.
I can also agree with that. I think they need to get rid of a couple people in my opinion, and it could be.
I think Breezy's been kind of shit
It's
ever
imagine-
since the SG's been gone. It's been nerfed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing with EG is like they've been for like 2 years now. They've been waiting for the old Cirque and old Breeze to come back.
Yeah,
They've been relying on that,
Yeah.
and
They're not
they need to
coming
call it
back.
quits. Yeah, I don't understand why they benched Malik before they benched Cirque. Or
What did they say? There was
what
like
was the reasoning?
I made fun of it on my Twitter, but I can't remember what it was.
Didn't they also fire like the analyst through a
the
tweet?
whole coaching staff.
Yeah, they found out through the
yeah.
There's a lot of
Wait,
things
what
that need to
happened?
change.
I dislike EG.
The coaching
yeah.
staff got they didn't find out they were let go personally. They found out through a tweet. Like
Yeah, through the announcement.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, that's like something that happens in like those 100 follower Twitter orgs type stuff.
Yeah.
And AOGs.
Wow.
They're a hot mess, man.
All right, so we know EG needs
Needs
a
a
lot
lot.
of needs a lot of changes.
Here's what they need. They need Lucid. Get Lucid in there. He'll sort it out.
Yeah.
They
How about
don't need
Boy,
they don't need a
straight.
15-man academy roster.
I think they
Is
need.
that- is
No,
that
no,
actually
no, no.
real?
They need 30. They need 30.
They
They need to
need
find
a-
as much. They need a big net to find whoever they fucking can to get someone good in that team. Because Cirque and Breezy probably have to go.
I think Cirque is guaranteed, honestly.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Breezy at this
Maxwell.
point too.
Yeah, Maxwell is
True.
the head coach and GM.
True. I think they need somebody like Hex from Carpe Diem. Like I think that's a team that needs to
Yeah,
rebuild.
that can be good. They can be really good actually.
That team needs to just like call it quits. They need to stop signing like old heads and just
Yep.
embrace.
you know who I talked to that would make a really good coach, but he doesn't want to coach? Maybe yet?
Nard.
No, not me, but Mahone.
Oh my
Mahone.
God.
I DM
Yeah,
Mahone. I'm
he
like,
used-
dude,
he
you
used to
would
be
you
a
would make
coach.
it an analyst, but I was like, you would make a great head coach. He's like, oh, I'm just like too burnt out right now. So-
He could probably kill himself if he touches EG.
I know it's very
So,
different, but he was like coaching like advanced teams before he went to like content analyst. Like he
Oh,
definitely
really?
knows
Yeah.
how. But
Yeah. Let's talk about next team is Copenhagen Flames.
Ooh.
Keep the
You-
core
Are
side
they
on-
staying together? Like, what's happening? Are they selling the
Yeah, I think-
individuals?
I can't
I know
speak
they
too
do.
much on this because
Uh-huh.
I know stuff, but they're
Uh-huh.
not staying together.
Okay.
They're not saying
humble break.
You said not?
They are not
That-
staying together.
okay.
There are
Chloe,
people
come
that
on.
are
You
getting
need to keep the conversation going. You know what I'm
I'm-
saying? Even
no,
if you know stuff.
I don't.
Yes,
No,
I'm
I
really
don't,
happy-
actually.
I'm really happy
Yeah.
that they made it to
I
playoffs. though.
probably know the same stuff you know, but yeah.
I'm
Okay,
really
but
happy that they made it
if
to playoffs.
so,
'cause-
if the core stays together, then that means they get that legend spot.
There's no legend spots anymore. I don't think. I think
Oh,
they're
is-
RMR now.
Oh yeah.
It's all
But
those
you know
three
what I
are-
mean. Like they
Yeah.
don't have to go like through open qualifiers, and they just go straight to the legend stage, right? Is how it works. No,
Yeah,
challenger
yeah.
stage. That was the challenger stage.
They can go to legends if they do well in RMR.
Yeah, I think they get. Everyone's
Yeah.
still got to qualify.
That's how they
again.
did.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
They did
Yeah,
very
yeah.
well in RMR and then the 3-0. Oh no, they 3-2, didn't they? In legends.
Yeah,
They
that's
fumbled it.
that's disappointing for Flames, who qualified back-to-back majors, unable to find another org, and now they're getting their individuals are getting sold.
Getting poached.
Well, I'm happy though that they at least made it to playoffs. So
Yeah.
rather than doing a short match.
Last team I want to talk about are two teams. Let's talk about NIP, like with Device, or if you think they're gonna make any changes. What's going on with NIP?
I really like Brolin, but I think Esoteg, I think he did fine, but he didn't do good enough to like justify.
Yeah, I think I'm removing Esoteg. I'm getting like a full Swedish lineup. Like full Swedish
Would you
lineup.
replace Esoteg with Crims?
Ooh.
Oh, who would you?
I think I'd prefer like even like Fuzi instead of Esoteg. I think they like just an opper. You don't need like a star opper, but you just need somebody who's op before.
So what are you doing
Oh
with
yeah,
Device?
he's open now, isn't it? I completely forgot he's open.
Yeah, what are we? Device. What's going on with Device?
Why is he still?
Device going back to Australia? Trust.
I don't know what
I
Device
don't
is
think
doing.
he likes the org, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have somebody do very good if they don't like where they're at.
So the
Yeah,
thing
I think
he's
it's
going back to
So
Astralis?
So on the top of Astralis now, do you think they're changing the roster?
They should.
They should. I actually like Farlig.
I don't mind him. I think they need
Zipics might
Valde
go.
though.
I think I like him, but if you can get Device, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
I think if anybody has to go,
if
it's Zipics.
I think I'm with that. I think Zipnix needs to go.
He's just
I think
he's very
Zip has to
stagnant.
go.
And I think that like there just isn't like the comprehensive team play that we saw out of them past, right? I think there might be something, not necessarily like overtly a problem between like Blame and Glaive, but like it does feel like there is a slight synergy problem that does affect them in map, because you do see people just get caught out across the map, right?
I don't know about that. I think that it's more, if you look at it, Zip is just not pulling his pants in his role at all, and people have to make up for what he's not doing right now.
Yeah,
I think Blame has been exceptional though.
I'd agree with that. I'm just excited. I want to see how they do during Dallas, honestly. Like if they continue to just be incredibly mediocre during Dallas, then I agree. But I don't know, man.
How would you think if it's like Astralis, let's say Glaive, Blame, Config, Valde, and Device? Let's say that happens.
I think that would be like a top 5, honestly, or minimum top 10.
Yeah, that can be a good lineup, definitely, for sure.
I think it's either like a big flop or it's like really good.
You never know though. Like,
is there any
so much going on with Device?
What about anyone? How about Nico? How about Nikodos?
I was about to say, how about Nikodos? I don't know how he is as an ARP.
I just don't know how much better he is.
He's a really good ARP, but he's way better than Farlig in my opinion.
I think Farlig's been doing pretty good, but I don't know like his peak.
Consistency wise, Nikodos, he's very consistent compared to Farlig.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for roster changes I want to talk about. We're gonna go into Dallas. Let's talk about IEM Dallas and previewing it for tomorrow. It starts tomorrow, right?
You have to pull up the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull up the bracket here.
Why the fuck are they playing with snacks? That's what I'm.
So first off, Dallas before the major,
looking for org wins.
Like it was pretty stacked, but like the past like week and a half, like left and right,
who have they lost? They lost
Heroic, NAVI.
They lost a couple players. Like
NAVI and Tropic replaced by Big and Movie Stars due to visa.
Apparently,
Snack
visas, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, ESL didn't handle it in time, so it's on ESL's fault. All the visa problems. Yeah,
unlucky. NIP is fielding ZTR for Hampus due to sickness. Charles's coach Trace won't be there due to visa. Like you guys said, Heroic replaced by MIBR due to COVID. And I think that's it.
And
besides,
even then, MIBR doesn't even have their full team either.
Oh, really?
Their newest.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. They bench Woody.
And they're playing with their coach.
Honestly,
they're playing with their coach?
Yeah.
Bit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Honestly, this tournament should be like FaZe's for the taking, like without any doubt.
Yeah, Nips.
Yeah.
They should
He-
reseed the whole tournament though.
Yeah.
Do you
They
think?
should.
Do you think there should be like a player break right after the major? You think?
It
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not 100% on that.
Mhm.
And the only reason I say that is because the RMR cycle is so long and so important that like where else like you have to fit in other tournaments right after a player break and then the RMR starts like
Yeah.
midway through, so you have teams that are burned out and shit already when they go into the RMR cycle. So like really tough to say, right? Like,
I
it
think
is
that's better
really tough.
though,
What?
because you get a warm up in a couple of events before the RMR cycle, so you get to like actually show your true potential in the RMR. Where right now it's like after the RMR you got those.
Yeah, you
events,
get
four events
roster.
that's happening.
Yeah, you get roster changers a lot, and it's just like you're not playing to your full
Yeah.
potential. I feel like after like that's when teams want to change rosters right after the major,
Yeah.
typically.
On top
Yeah.
of traveling too.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
wait,
there's
so-
value to both.
Going back to Snacks, I'm honestly really
Mhm.
excited to see him play because it's like his first tier 1 event in like how long?
2 years.
Yeah, a while. And
That's
I'm-
also
While.
the exact reason I'm not excited.
What happens if
Yeah.
Papa Snacks from New York comes back feasting? What happens if that happens?
There is a problem though. Like all the CS players that lost weight are becoming worse.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Every CS team, man.
Like
is a fat guy.
like Cold Zera. Fat Cold
Yeah,
Zera
or-
is way better than
Yeah,
Thin Cold Zera.
yeah, definitely.
Zyro was insane.
And
Yeah,
Zyro
Zyro was
saying
prime,
that way.
dude.
Yeah.
And what other drastic change? I can't think. There's one missing. I can't fucking think of it.
Nico was also Nico was insane in Mouse, dude.
I mean, to be fair, when he was at Stockholm, that was probably his peak performance, like ever.
Yeah.
I'm also excited to see is it Movistar? I think it's Movistar, right? I'm
Movistar
excited
Riders?
because they went 5-0 in probably. I
They
think.
did really good. Like,
Yeah,
did they beat
I-
Gambit? Or
yeah.
Cloud9 now?
I think it's a good chance for them to prove that it wasn't just a fluke. I think it'd be a
They remind me of Ents.
Do you think any team has a shot at being a FaZe in this tournament? at
Yeah.
all?
No.
G2.
Oh.
G2 if they
G2.
bounce back.
Mhm.
And maybe Vitality.
Has Ents got their full? No, Ents haven't got their full lineup, haven't
No, and neither does
Oh.
Nip.
Dude, Group A is so stacked compared to Group B. Do you guys look at the groups?
I
Yeah.
think
it's
you just
unreal.
Do you think there should have
just
been a
go
a seating
What?
change? I saw Stampy tweeted. He's
Yeah.
like there should be
Yeah,
a seating
probably.
change.
you should see this whole thing differently.
Yeah.
Like, you should have like
Why are all the
Uh-huh.
NA teams on Group B?
Because
One
they
easy
hate
way.
the NA
Well,
teams.
Oh,
MIBR was supposed to be heroic,
okay.
and then
I think you just reseed everything.
I don't know why they didn't.
It's too hard to do.
I mean, they still got time, I guess, but the thing is, like, they should just go off of what they do in all their tournaments, right? They just go through
That's
the
the
ESL
other fat
rankings.
player,
and-
Fat Cirque was way better than Thin fucking Cirque.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
what it was. Yeah. Thanks, Lucy.
Berlin Cirque, that's the
Definitely.
one.
That's the one.
That's the big one.
All right,
Who's the big guy?
so we all agree here that FaZe are gonna most likely win this event. Then
Yeah.
Yeah, we also agree that
Does
fat
this-
people
they're
are
the
better than
favorites.
skinny
Does-
people.
Does this count towards their
Yeah.
Intel Grand Slam?
it does.
What are they on right
Yeah.
now, actually?
What's that? Where are they
does
at?
EPL count? Yeah, what are they at right now?
This
3?
is-
They're at 3.
Oh, wait, they need one
this
more,
is the
right?
last
No,
event.
no.
This is the last event they need, I think.
Oh, really?
Holy shit, that's
I thought they need 2
that's
more.
actually surprising.
They need 2 more.
I think.
Oh,
we
let
need
me check. Does EPL count, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
EPL counts.
Let me so look.
Other one?
Events
Katowice.
ended. So
And then
so,
Twist,
Katowice, so Katowice,
Yeah.
EPL. That's 2.
This will be 3.
Dallas. So this, if they win this will be their 3rd.
Oh, this is it. This is the event right here.
Yeah.
They-
So this will be their
yeah.
3rd one.
And after that, it'll be Cologne.
I do think
Or-
I think Cloud9 also is a potential dark horse as well. They can get their act together on stage.
True.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I think Cloud9 is a.
First
I
on
don't
there.
think
Oh, they're versing Liquid out first on there.
I don't think anyone is like a big candidate on beating Liquid, on beating FaZe or Liquid Lama.
Yeah,
But,
but all these like dark horses are upset.
Lucy
The-
is smiling.
Yeah,
Liquid Lama.
I think if FaZe doesn't win this, then the major
FaZe
could
they
have
were
been a fluke.
over.
Yeah, if only they ban Nuke. Good one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I honestly think that FaZe's nuke is probably the best in the world right now.
Yeah, it is. That's when you have a play like Rain just dominating outside. You can't do anything. Like Electronic couldn't even cross secret a lot of the times on that T side.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best maps. I think that if FaZe doesn't win this, it's gonna be a bad rap on them.
We also have to assume that Rain is going to be in the same form, though, right? Which Rain historically hasn't like we would say that his performance in that major grand final was like substantially above average.
Yeah,
right? I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
So
Way
if he
above average.
maintains that form, then yes, they will absolutely farm. If he doesn't maintain that form, then they're a lot. I wouldn't say they're weak. They're not.
They're
weak,
still the favorites.
but they're still. But they're. You can beat them.
Yeah, the gap is.
I mean,
much
Rain being
closer.
Rain being the best player of that major is still nuts. When you have players like Rops, Rops and Twists.
Well, Rops has become a role player now, and it's
Yeah.
so actually nice to see. That dude.
Don't we have Rops in our podcast at the moment? I thought we saw him earlier.
I can bring him over
Yeah,
here.
Rops
Hold on.
Yeah.
was here
Yeah,
for a
bring up the
while.
suggestion.
There you go, Rops.
Yeah.
Rops
Maybe.
and Kargan back. There you go.
I hate you.
There he is.
There he is.
So how many teams make it out of the two groups?
Three.
Yeah,
Playoffs.
The winner
four,
goes.
right?
The winner goes
Yeah.
to semis.
It's second and third face each other.
So
Quarters.
3 teams, and so 6 teams make playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Who do you think those 6 teams will
Yeah, who
get
do we
for?
think it would be?
FaZe,
Let's look at the brackets.
G2,
FaZe,
Fury,
G2.
Cloud9.
Vitality.
Mm,
Only reason why I'll say Ents if they had the full lineup, but
Fizz,
Could be a
G2,
Charlotte.
Furia, Cloud9.
I was doing
Hey,
Group A
come
one
on.
first. That was
yeah, I was also doing Group A. It's FaZe,
Well,
G2.
we haven't
see-
talked about Mouse Sports, and
Yeah.
Their academy team is
they're in recent, like, there's a lot of news about, like, oh, are they better with NBK?
Also, look at their side of the bracket. Like, they're most
Yeah.
likely they're favorites to get, even
Yeah.
if they go lower bracket against G2, like, they are probably making upper or lower bracket like round 3.
I want Mouse to do well.
Hmm.
Biased.
yeah.
Honestly, the only reason I'm actually I'm actually going to Dallas is because I just want to see the ball. That's literally it.
Hmm.
Hey, Group B.
I don't really care how well they do. Hopefully they do good though.
Yeah, they missed the they didn't qualify for the challenger
Valencia.
stage, so, or Valencia too. So they've had a lot of time to practice.
Yeah, it was weird. Like it almost felt like they just weren't like in the heads just weren't in that game.
Hmm.
Like they were like just ready to go to Dallas or something. I don't know how to describe it other than just I guess. I don't know. It's weird because I've never seen them play that bad before. So
It didn't even look like nerves either.
hopefully they just show up at Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch any of the Valencia games. But Group B here, it's up for grabs, right?
Furia, Cloud9.
Besides-
I see them reseeding the event though. I don't.
Oh, do
see
you?
the event? Yeah, I don't see the event playing out like that.
Hmm.
It's going
if
to
they're
be.
lazy. If
They
they're lazy
would-
with Excel,
what-
the seedings are saying the same.
It doesn't look.
It doesn't look horrible.
like
It
a
looks
tournament,
horrible.
dude.
No, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't look like a tournament, dude.
It looks so bad.
If it stays the same,
It was pretty sniped at first, but then
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't think
start
it's actually
downhill.
as horrible.
Lucet said no reseeding.
Yeah,
I don't
really?
think
Said no reseeding.
Yep,
I
no
think Big
reseeding.
makes it through then.
yeah.
'Cause
Big
they're
can
on-
make it
that's-
through then.
Yeah.
You
I
can
think-
possibly be looking
Yeah.
at like
Oh,
a big phase or
Fear.
Yeah, I can see Furia too.
Yeah.
Actually, you could also technically somehow, if a miracle strikes, like you can see Liquid or something like that. Go through, or
don't give
MIBR.
these pops up.
I don't know.
You can,
Yes.
you definitely can.
Group B could.
Yeah, it could actually,
Group B.
You could. You could see like MIBR, even though they're playing with a coach, like a Liquid like upset. Because if they're
Imperial?
upsetting Cloud9 right now, if Liquid is upsetting Cloud9, they're playing teams that they play pretty much like all day.
Yeah. And lower brackets
did-
all BO3, so that's
Didn't
where they thrive.
Shocks leave? Or
Oh, he's playing the
It's
event.
rumored, isn't it?
oh, okay.
I think he stepped down, but I think he's playing the event.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I know someone's standing up from or not.
We get Lucid stand in.
Yeah, I think that Koi should. I think that Koi should stand in for complexity instead of Junior.
Yeah, dude, put me in.
Koi on the shtick.
Yeah.
Farm. I'll be the best player I've ever seen in the world.
Would you
Oh.
actually move from the A ramp on Vertigo after they flash you, or you stay still there like how Junior did in the final in the major?
I'll have you. Well, why would I have to? You know, I don't actually have to move because I'll hit every shot. Even
Yeah,
though,
that's true.
Don't
You
be
got a
that
point.
like, I don't know why you guys are like, well, what are flashbangs?
Yeah, at least you get hit a shot. At least.
Dude, you just put some sunglasses on and you don't see any flashes.
Exactly.
So that's gonna wrap up IEM Dallas. I don't see any viewer questions. So, do you guys have any last thoughts on anything or comments? Or I think we're gonna wrap this up here in a second.
Yeah, complexity to win the event.
No, okay, dude.
I'm interested to
hot
see if,
take.
like,
Easy there,
joking.
Mexico, man. Easy there.
I'm joking. 80k females to win the impact.
could Vitality win it?
Well, we do have a question for Koi here from Brett. When did he find out he was a fish, and was it hard to accept it?
You can pass on the question. Is when you keep on splashing with the magic carpet. That's when what happened.
I
don't
got
know,
Mario
man.
Snake in there as well.
I was born a fish. It's just how I be, I guess. I don't know.
Keep splashing. He's gonna evolve eventually.
We just live this fish life.
And somebody asked, could Vitality win the event?
No.
This
Doubt it. I doubt it.
Not this
This
vitality.
one, they dark horse.
Well,
can.
We forgot
Dark
to
horse part.
say, is Vitality staying together? I think they're staying together.
They should.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're staying
They
together.
should.
Yeah.
They have a
Okay.
very long-term plan
Yeah.
for that team. But I think that the communication's just not there.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
Railu is
actually,
not there because of that.
At the major, I feel like Apex was way too tilted. I don't know if it was just me that was.
I
not
think
saying it, but-
he's just going. He's always been that
So he's
kind of player,
passionate.
and he's went from like very high level to like obviously they took like a dip in skill because I was adapting to like the language barrier and everything. But I think that's a team where like a lot of people copium a lot by saying they just need time. I think that team literally just needs a couple more months and they'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed you improvement.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, so. Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
All right, that's it for questions. I appreciate all my guests here: merabella, samRi, Saga, Koi, Smirky, Spray, Maxwell. I'll
And
link.
our guest Robs.
Rob, yeah, I'll link. Is
Rob.
Well,
This-
actually,
that Maui? Yeah, Maui Snake.
Yeah.
Maui Snake. There you go.
I'll link all their socials below. It's gonna go on my YouTube, and I appreciate everyone for taking their time to do this podcast with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Roman.
Thank you. Appreciate
good.
it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Oh, I got Carrigan.
Peace.
as well now. Peace.
Adios.